You're with News 5. More now on the PAP's manifesto for the general election. It's titled With You, for Singapore. The manifesto charts out what the party has achieved together with Singaporeans, the challenges that confront the nation, and what the PAP and Singaporeans can build together in the future. The launch was attended by some 1,000 party activists at Infinite Studios this morning.
The party manifesto is spelt out in this 88-page booklet printed in English, Malay, Chinese and Tamil, and also in a video narrated by Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong.
Our promise: we will work with you, for Singapore.
There are 4 parts to the party's message. The first, what the government and people have achieved together. As Singapore celebrates its Golden Jubilee, Part 1 of the manifesto traces how the PAP, together with Singaporeans, prevailed against the odds in the early years of independence to get to where the country is today. The PAP said it is this partnership that took Singapore from third world to first.
We stand out as a country because our people work together as one, together, government, people, leaders, people, and that makes us special. And if we can continue this very unique bond between the government and the people, the leaders and the people, I think this will put us in good stead in the next 50 years.
Now, a large part of the PAP's manifesto is devoted on the party's track record and how it has delivered on the promises it made 4 years ago. Now, in the last elections, the party's slogan was securing our future together.
The important thing about the PAP is we don't promise, unachievable things. We promise realistic targets, and we do them. And I think that's been an important part of our track record. We've built up Singapore steadily, bit by bit. Each brick you lay may not seem very exciting, but then when you step back and look at the whole picture, it becomes very impressive.
In Part 2 of the manifesto, the party talks about what it is doing together with Singaporeans. This includes involving Singaporeans in the shaping of policies through the nationwide Our Singapore conversation, working to bring the best in every child, for example, by making preschool education more accessible and affordable, and providing more options for children with diverse interests and abilities. There's also been a focus on creating opportunities to earn higher incomes for all. These efforts include the progressive wage model for low-income workers, expanding social safety nets, providing more support for families, and greater assurance for seniors in their retirement years through initiatives like the Pioneer Generation Package. And finally, the manifesto also details the work that has been done to develop Singapore into a vibrant city and endearing home by, for example, stabilizing the housing market and launching 100,000 new BTO flats.
A closer look now at the challenges that Singapore faces and the PAP's vision to take the nation to the next lap.
In its manifesto, the PAP outlined the challenges facing the country as it reaches a turning point. On the domestic front, Singapore society is becoming more diverse, so how can it maintain social mobility and cohesion? The population is also aging and the country's birth rate low. External challenges include the uncertain global economic outlook, regional and international competition, as well as the threat of terrorism. Tackling these challenges requires resolve, a good, clean government, and a strong mandate from citizens, the party said. The final chapter of the manifesto charts the PAP's vision for Singapore. It's a comprehensive list touching on 8 broad areas: education, economy, family, health, society, transport, security, and the living environment. On education and the economy, a key component is the Skills Future initiative, which is aimed at giving opportunities to all Singaporeans regardless of their starting point. On family, measures to increase the country's birth rate as well as plans to expand childcare and preschool support. On health, strategies to give greater assurances to Singaporeans in sickness and old age. For example, through MediShield Life, a national insurance scheme that will cover pre-existing illnesses, which will be rolled out by the end of the year. The party also outlined its vision of a more caring, inclusive society where no Singaporean is left behind. And on the transport issue, a pledge to make it easier for Singaporeans to commute with expansion of the rail network. There are also plans to expand Changi Airport and the PSA port. On security, the party pledged to keep Singapore safe and secure through a strong SAF and dedicated home team. And finally, the living environment. The vision is for a vibrant living environment, a smart city that's green and sustainable with more housing choices, as well as new developments such as the Jurong Lake District.
Now, the substance of this manifesto is derived from the year-long Our Singapore Conversation initiative. It started in 2012 with the aim of getting a broad consensus among Singaporeans on their vision for Singapore and their way forward. Now, much of the concerns and aspirations derived from the massive public consultation is found here in the PAP's manifesto.